Hi, I'm Reverend Dr. Tracey, and we're here for our step 7 of the 12 steps of recovery. Step 7, chair yoga practice. Once you're seated in your chair, you can go ahead and sit back and close your eyes. Make sure the feet are flat and the spine is nice and tall. If the eyes being closed is not comfortable for you, then keep them open and just gaze past your nose onto one spot on the floor and kind of half close your eyes. So whatever works for you. Start to check in. Notice how you are or where you are in this moment. Are there lots of thoughts? Is there anxiousness in the mind or in the body? Is it hard to sit still? Are you feeling calmer today or more stirred up? Just notice these things. No judgment. You'll notice that some days are easier than others, right? Some moments are easier than others. So never judge what they are. It's part of the path. It's part of the journey. In the 12 steps, we are now in the second half of that journey. The first half, it's like climbing uphill, and that uphill climb can be quite a bit. But now it's step 7. If you're on to step 7, you're starting to go over the mountain. I'm not saying things will get a lot easier, but they might feel like you're making some progress. They might feel like, okay, these steps are not as challenging as they used to be in some way, although most days there's still a challenge, right? But in that journey, in that long journey through the steps and through life, at least at step 7, we know that we have made it past the middle. So if you remember from step 6, there's a connection to the 3rd energy center in the solar plexus, the energy of fire, which represents our transformational energy. We're transforming our character defects. In step 6, we were entirely ready. We're entirely ready to let God help us to remove those character defects. Well, in step 7, we now are humbly asking Him to remove these shortcomings, humbly asking Him. We were ready in step 6, now we're asking Him to do it. Or her, him or her. So we're going to bring our hands into the sun gesture. Bring your ring fingers down to your palms and your thumbs on top of the ring fingers and push down. Keep breathing through your nose slowly. You can focus again, like in step 6, on the exhale, squeezing the belly in, or you can focus on belly breathing in general, expanding on the inhale, contracting on the exhale. Do that for a couple of minutes. Aligning yourself with the solar energy, not just above in the sky and the sun's energy, but in your own inner sun, your own energy center aligned to that of the sun and fire. As we're breathing here, I'd like you to take a moment to reflect on your character defects that you've acknowledged previously, and to choose one that you'd like to work with in this practice. Just choose one. Don't get overwhelmed by trying to fix it all in one session. Let's choose one character defect that stands out to you in this moment. holding the energy of that character defect in your mind so that you know what it is. As we continue to charge the energy here in the solar plexus, visualize that yellow ball of light that's spinning in a clockwise direction in your solar plexus. Visualize that spinning wheel growing larger and larger. So it might start out as the size of like a dime or a pea. And as you focus on the energy of it, it grows and grows and grows. And it can expand past your own body size. It doesn't matter. But it starts here at the solar plexus, spinning, spinning, opening and expanding. And continuing to generate the fiery yellow color. Let that yellow wheel soak up the character defect. Surround the character defect with the yellow color. Maybe visualize like this molten yellow color starting to burn or shred up that character defect. Sometimes I visualize that I wrote it down. I wrote the defect down on a piece of paper and I'm burning it up. And so I'm just watching the words slowly become engulfed in that flame, in that fire. And when you're ready, bring your hands to your heart in Anjali Mudra, bowing your head and connecting to our higher power. As we consider what the character defect is that we're releasing, we're removing, we humbly inhale the hands up to our higher power. And on the exhale, we release that character defect, asking our higher power to help remove that shortcoming. Inhale, reaching this up. Humbly reaching to the higher power, exhaling, and releasing that character defect. This moving meditation is called Making the Sun. Continue the movement with the visualization. You might notice your body getting warmer, or more warmth or more fire energy coming to you. On the next inhale, as you raise up your arms, take an exhale, twisting to one side. Bring your arm around the back of the seat if you can, and the other arm to the thigh, twisting, looking back. Take a few deep breaths. On your next inhale, raise the arms back up, humbly connecting our higher power, and then exhale to the other side for asking for assistance in removing those shortcomings. And again, twisting, looking over the shoulder, breathing slowly. We're going to be doing that twisting with a little flow. This is going to build a lot of heat. If at any time it gets to be too much for you, just stop Come back to center, hands on the lap, feet on the earth, and just breathe. Let's inhale the arms up. Humility. Exhale to one side. Releasing the character defect. Inhale up. Exhale to the other side. Inhale, reach. Exhale, twist. Inhale, reach. Exhale, twist. You feeling some fire? Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Couple more. Inhale. Exhale. We're going to do one more on each side. Inhale. Exhale. Now hold this one again for a few breaths, twisting, looking over the shoulder. Maybe you notice you can twist more. Feeling the heat, the fire, connecting with the soul or energy. And inhale, reach. And exhale, twisting to the other side. Keep breathing. Exhale to center. Keep your back away from the seat a little bit, feet grounded, and start to circle the body a little bit. Try to have the movement coming right here in the solar plexus. Feel like you're stirring from that place. Moving slowly, pulling the belly back, pulling the belly to the sides. Keeping your buttocks flat on the chair. Again, you might feel like you're stoking the fire. Keep breathing. And then we're going to go in the opposite direction. So take those circles around. Again, that movement of energy in the solar plexus so that we can cultivate it, right? Fire of transformation. We've already aligned our will to the will of God or our higher power. And now we're asking the higher power for the assistance in removing the shortcomings, the character defects. In this particular case, which one? Which character defect? Consider it again. And then come back as we go into a half upward boat. So you could turn to one side if you like, so that you have a little room. If this doesn't work, then you may have to even sit on the floor. You're going to raise one leg, hold under the leg, or reach up, lean back until you feel the muscles in the belly engage. Hold here, breathing deeply. You get too tired, you can always hold the leg. For me, it's not here that gets tired, it's my leg. So just adjust anything you need to. You can bend the knee more. You can straighten the leg up more. It's all about you. Meet yourself where you are. Go ahead and release that leg for a moment. And sit up. Just take a couple deep breaths before we do the other leg. When you're ready, you can go ahead and lift that leg up again. Maybe hold under, raise it, lean back. Maybe raise the arms, half upward boat. And then we're going to lower it back down again. Ooh, and you feel a lot of heat here in the belly probably. So just notice that as you sit forward again. A lot of heat, a lot of energy. Notice it. So we're going to do a lateral bend. We've been doing a lot of squeezing in. Now let's do a big expansive breath. Take an inhale and reach your left arm over your head. Bend to the right side. You can hold on to the leg or seat. Bend and then turn and look up. So you're looking towards the ceiling as you're reaching across. Notice how this feels very open through the whole side of the solar plexus. And exhale, release that side. Take a couple of breaths before we do the other side. And when you're ready, take the inhale up with the right arm, reach across, bending, hold on with the left arm to the seat, turn your gaze up, focus on your breathing. And then when you're ready, exhale and bring that back down, nice and slow. Find your seat, close your eyes. Let's come back in thinking of the character defect that we're releasing. We're humbly asking for assistance and removing. We're going to be doing something called a wood chopper. So again, make sure that you're forward in your seat and your feet are flat on the floor. Make sure your legs are a little bit wider because we're going to be like chopping and you want some room to do that. So you can create interlocking fingers like this is a mallet or a hammer, and then visualize right here in between your legs and knees that this big chopping block is there. And we're asking this higher power to help us to release. So we're going to think of the character defect and chop it up with our higher power. Like this. We'll do it several times, so join in when you're ready. Inhale, reach up to the higher power. One more. So So feeling the energy that we created, connecting to that higher power, and chopping up with the higher power whatever that character defect was. Maybe chopped it up so that it's entirely gone. Maybe just remnants of it are left. I don't know. But whatever you want to visualize, put it into this practice, because the more you visualize the chopping, the releasing, and seeing the character defect completely removed. Remember earlier how I said this rippling effect, your thoughts slowly start to change your reality. Your thoughts become your actions become your character. And so we want to change the defects of character and make space for some positive aspects of character to come in. I'm going to do one more round of the chopping. If that felt too much for you, then I invite you to come to the belly massage that we did earlier in step 6, and just slowly up the right side, over, down the left side. Massage your belly. So maybe for some of you, this is where you stay. This can be an intense practice, but it's meant to be. We need this energy. We need to connect a lot of energy to chop up or release these character defects. Transformation doesn't happen passively. It needs a catalyst, and the fire is that catalyst. So if you're ready to join me, we'll do it again. Make your mallet. Visualize the character defect down there on the chopping block. And when you're ready, inhale, reach up to your higher power. One more. And visualize maybe just the remnants of that character defect burning in the fire. Taking some deep breaths to ground that energy and to come back. Might feel like a lot. It's all right. If it kicked up a lot of energy and you need to ground, then take an exhale and come into a forward fold. Remember, you can lean forward or reach for the ground. And we'll come back up nice and slow, leaning back in our seat, getting ready for a little final relaxation. So a lot of charge, a lot of energy in the body. Lay down on the floor if you need to. It helps you to ground the closer you get to the earth. And working with this fire element, again, if it's too much energy, you need to get closer to the earth. Or come into any way to connect to the earth that we've already talked about. I like to place the hands down on the lap, close the eyes, sit back in the seat. And as you close your eyes, connect to a cord of light that's coming down from your higher power to the crown of your head. Bring that cord of light from the crown of your head down into your solar plexus, to the seat of your will. Send that cord of light from your solar plexus to your root, where you ground to the earth, and send it from your root to the core of the earth. So feel yourself being tethered, connected to your higher self, to the seat of your will, to your root and the core of the planet. Let your breathing be natural at this time. Let go of all the pieces of your body as you just scan to notice the tingling or the charge or the heat. And no judgment if there's more heat or less than before, or none at all. Just notice in you, what is your experience of this step 7 practice today? And it's okay to surrender your body, your physical body, to let it go one part at a time. As you feel tension, release it, maybe in the shoulders or the jaw again, places where we hold will or hold stress. And give yourself permission to be here as long as you need to be. Push pause, put on some gentle music. When you're ready to come back from your relaxing journey, just start to wiggle your fingers and toes and stretch your body. Deepen your breath again. If you're lying down, just roll over and sit up. And then bring your hands into your heart, bowing your head. In step 7, we humbly asked our higher power to remove our shortcomings. In the case of today's practice, there was one in particular. So thank your higher power for helping you to connect with that particular character defect and letting it go. Removing it, releasing it. Maybe you don't feel it as much. Maybe you feel lighter. Or maybe you still feel the same. There is no judgment. Remember this practice. It's a constant journey. And we say one day at a time, but I like to say one moment at a time. So thank yourself for just making that time today to connect, to energize yourself in this fiery step 7 practice, to connect to your higher power and release the character defect. The light and the dark in me bows to the light and the dark that's within you. Don't forget to hydrate. You can feel a little dehydrated with all the fire, so the water also helps to clench that.